Welcome to News Booze and What We Choose with Danielle and Dami.
Grab a drink, get the news, and come hang with us. Woohoo.
Howdy,
Cheers.
howdy. Chills. What are you doing? What you doing in your cup?
What am I not? Uh, no, I went for an easier one today. And actually Charlie and I have like a really cool collection of good beers. So I asked him
Hmm.
about one. And so this one is called Perry Air. Oh, it was working for
I like it. It's like a vintagey label.
Yeah. And the only thing about this is it's from modern times. And for any beer people out there, you might know what a shit show they have been in the past. They were like this company that was doing so well in the industry. They
I
opened up
remember their Modern Times label, yeah.
they opened up so many brick and mortars, and then I think financially they just weren't fiscally responsible and they had to sell and they had to close a bunch of their stuff. They had like a really booming membership program too, and people were just like really bought into it, and then all of a sudden it was like, what is happening? So
Yeah.
anyway, that's what I'm drinking. It's pretty good. And they still have a few stores out there, so
What
shout
is the flavor? Like, how would you describe it? The
I will
notes?
read it to you. It is a tongue twister, or at least in my brain, it sounds hard to say. Wild ale aged. Say that 5 times. Wild ale.
Wild ale aged, wild ale aged, wild ale. It's the third one that gets a little twisted. Yeah.
Okay, now add in gin barrels. I'm gonna use
Engine barrel. Engine
engine.
barrel.
Wild age, wild ale aged in gin barrels with lemon, juniper, pear, and pea flower.
Pear and lemon sound divine.
Yeah, it's very summery. It's like a yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a pink.
Yeah, it's cute, huh? What are
Yeah.
you drinking over there?
A Bogle Cabernet Sauvignon. The Sauvignon. Um, it's filled so much because I left the bottle in the fridge. Because yes,
Uh-huh.
I'm that. No, I did. It's in the fridge. So I'm hoping that I don't need to refill it, but who knows? We might pause. Um, yeah, I keep my wine in the fridge, but it's fine. We'll get past that.
I
And
keep
there
all
is an
my
ice
wine in
cube.
the fridge.
Well, you keep it in a wine fridge. I keep it in the fridge.
Yeah, same thing. Potato, potato.
Oh, I thought the temperature on a wine fridge is like lower.
It's a little lower, but still, like,
No, I keep it right above my crisper. And I put an ice cube in it because that's who I am. Um, yeah, can't really go wrong with a Bogle. I feel like their reds are really good. Bogle Merlot is pretty good, and Bogle Cabernet is really good. This one's really good. I haven't
yeah.
had this one in a while.
Okay, and I will say you live where it's just a little bit hotter too, so I feel like it's even more acceptable to add that ice cube in there, girl.
I'll use that as an excuse, even though try to
It's
keep my internal temperature a nice balmy coldness. Even the kids sometimes are like, it's cold. And so they like cuddle up under the furry blankets like in the middle of summer.
I love it. All right.
So since we last cheersed, tell me about the haps. What's going on?
Oh man, I feel my age this week and I wrote in like all these
Me too, girl. Me
yeah,
too. We'll get
it
to me
was in
later.
the air. It is totally in the air. I was cracking up at myself. I don't know if you ever do this, but like you know when like something happens to you or you're going through something nothing like major, right? And you just can't shut up about it. Does that happen to you
Mhm.
or is it just me? I don't know. It might just be me. I like got back some test results and it said that I had high cholesterol and it wasn't like in like a crazy like range. It wasn't in a healthy range and it wasn't like over the top.
Go
And so
vegan. There's no cholesterol in vegan meat. I
I
don't, you
actually
can't
don't
have high cholesterol being vegan.
for me, I think it's like I recently started having like a slice of toast with like a generous amount of butter. Not like a crazy amount, but just like a little bit more than I would normally do. And I would eat ice cream like every single night. So, and probably like a cheeseburger a couple times a month. So, I feel like just minimizing those, I'm gonna like go back, get a test done and see. But the point was is that I was cracking up that like it was on my brain so much that I like talked about it to people I wouldn't normally talk about it with. And I was like, shut up, you old fart.
Well, you also put up high blood pressure.
Oh yeah. So then this week also Charlie like tested super high for his blood pressure. And so I just felt like the pair of us were just like ridiculous, you know. Um, and then just like combined with like needing to get up earlier this week and like a lack of sleep. My dog is also really old. So like I said, it is in the air. He is waking up multiple times in the middle of the night. And last night I he stayed out there for like a little longer than normal and I was like, is this it?
Oh my God, you don't understand in the mornings because he doesn't, his hearing's horrible. When I wake up sometimes and Chewy hasn't moved yet, I'm like, oh no. And then, but then it's just because he couldn't hear me walk up.
Anyway, so yeah, that's just been my world.
Well,
So
I highly recommend taking a beet capsule. So literally beet capsules. Those allegedly help with high blood pressure, and then putting cinnamon in your coffee also helps with high blood pressure. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but those two little trickaroos might help.
so a while ago I got Charlie on these beet chews because it lowers of like all the things that lower your blood pressure. Beats, like everything was like 4 or 5 points, and beats were 10 points. So it was like almost double. And that helped him so much. But I think he's just like he's one of those like people who just like is a worrywart and is like thinking about like the littlest details. And you're like, I was watching him more like, what are you doing? Like, chill out, go lay down. He was like looking at the cabinets, you know, those little plastic like they're like these little tiny little plastic stickers that like are bumpers. That's not, he was looking at them. This guy was like about to order. I was like, go lay down. Go relax.
He's like, no, I need to replace these. Or
Yeah.
order a new pack.
You don't need to do
What
that
are
right
you
now.
talking about?
So that's just like a little sliver of what's going on in that brain. Anyways, what have you been up to?
So speaking of being old, um, this week it's like, have you ever had one of those weeks where all of a sudden you're like, God, I took for granted that my neck didn't hurt last week because that's all is happening this week. And so it like started Monday where I was like, ugh, my neck is all wonky. So I switched my pillow. Um, and then neck kind of led into like the base of my skull, kind of like that part where I'm like, I just want someone to just go like this, like and pull it. And I feel like it would feel so good. But then, like Tuesday or Wednesday, my lower back started hurting. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm like, feel like I'm impacted because I'm like, my neck hurts, my back hurts. So it's kind of like, I'm like, and I
Yeah.
like can barely stand up straight. It hurts so bad. So I'm like sitting there on meetings with like an ice pack on my back. And then between meetings, I'm laying on a heating pad and I'm just like rotation back and forth. And so last night, I think it was like 7, every night around like 6:30, like right after the boys have dinner. They've been kind of like hanging out playing for a while. They all hear from the back being like, Mama cuddles. And that's usually like a sign like they want to simmer down, put on a movie and we'll watch something before they get tired. Um, we were doing that and I started dozing off at like 7 last night. And so I'm like, oh, screw this. And the kids were, I was like, do you want to stay in here? Or do you want to go to your bed? And they're like, Mama bed. And then they literally just like immediately got under the covers. So turned off everything, turned on the sound machine, went to bed at 7:15, like a
That
80-year-old
sounds
woman.
nice. Yeah.
And let me tell you, I woke up, okay, I did wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like 3 a.m. and I was like, no, 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 we're not doing this.
Oh.
So then I forced myself to go back to sleep. And then I stayed asleep until 5:30. And I was just like, I slept so long. It was like that catch-up sleep that you really just needed to have. And it was like my bed is so comfortable. So my back felt really great. My neck felt great. And it was just like, so the trick is just lean in. If you're
Yeah,
tired at 7 o'clock at night, go to bed.
do
Just go
it.
to bed.
Yeah.
Get a good pillow. Hopefully your mattress doesn't suck and just go to bed early and sleep like a grandma.
Just embrace it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. So I highly recommend, but it's still lingering.
Mhm.
Like there's still like where I'm like, I had to flip my seat pad thing because again, I work at a desk. So I flipped it and it made my back feel better. So I'm wondering if it's the pad now. Like the
Yeah.
pad made it's been a year. So I'm like, maybe the pad, I need a new one.
Hmm. A little bit more support in your
Yeah.
workstation.
Hmm.
That's probably true. Do you have like one of those ergonomic chairs too? And like
I
set
do, but
up?
I when I type, I lean forward. So I never use the back. So
Ah,
I can't like lean back and just chill. It makes me feel so much more uncomfortable. So I have to lean forward. Like right now I just need like the base part and then it's like I never use this. I
you
never use the back.
should, you should definitely like go on YouTube and look up I'm sure there's tutorials. We do it at work too, but like you have to like set up like how far your chair is and like that your feet are flat on the ground and like there's like all these little, tricks and stuff,
I
but
have a couple of chiropractor clients, and so some of their videos is like, if you work from home, you need to watch this video. And it's like how to set up your situation. And I have all the tricks. Like I'm lower and where my face is going straight, it's not looking down, it's not looking up, and it's going straight. And my hands are at the distance where my elbows are only slightly a couple inches off, and where I have my hands in here, and then my wrists are settled, blah, blah, blah. It's just the back. I just cannot like,
put
this
back.
doesn't feel comfortable to me.
Oh, I know. Oh my God. Okay, well, we are old.
Hmm. Sure
I don't,
are.
yeah. Well, like you said, embrace it.
Yeah, welcome to your favorite geriatric millennial podcast.
Should we go into what the fuck, Trump?
Yeah, because he's starting off with a doozy of a doozy. Homeboy's gonna try to pedophiles got to stick together, yo, because he's trying to pardon P. Diddy like a fool, a fool, a fool. He is seriously considering pardoning Diddy following conviction. Bro, just don't. Like, I'm not shocked by anything, honestly, nowadays that Trump decides to do. But like, are you kidding me? You've seen you like, oh my God. Well, obviously he doesn't care because he's freaking banging underage children. But he like you've seen the video of him beating the shit out of Cassie in the hallway.
Yeah,
And he's
awful.
like, you know what? That's a stand-up chap. I'm gonna totally pardon him. F yes. Great idea.
He just wants so badly to just stay relevant, is my
And
guess.
also distract again. I think maybe this is like distract from the file. No, this is just making us look like you're a pedophile. He's a loser and got to stick together.
Yeah, 100%. Like, why do you care? Very weird.
My God. And what are like enough on that? Well, obviously, if it happens, I'm praying it doesn't. I think, oh no, that was about Ghislaine. Apparently the House did vote against allowing immunity for Ghislaine, so she's still gonna give all of her like information and statement that she did last week, but she's not gonna get immunity and get released because she's still a predator herself.
Yeah.
Like that's not news. Like all of the people that did take the stand, all of them, they still said like, she participated in the abuse. She wasn't just like delivering people, she actually was like in the bedrooms and stuff.
Mm.
So with these children. So I think that the fact is like, thank God someone has like some sort of sanity in that courthouse because all I can say is thank God she's not getting immunity and getting like out of prison.
Awful. Yeah. Awful that they even like entertained that. Oy, oy, oy. Well, so I have one today on Trump. So this is kind of cracking me up on CNN. They did some fact checking and they listed 5 false claims Trump made about inflation last night. So he addressed the Republican members of Congress and delivered a series of inaccurate just assertions on the subject of prices. So I'm gonna read them. I
Is
was
that one of the videos before you read them? Is that one of the videos where the old man was like shaking his head like, nope, that's wrong.
No,
Nope.
that was last week. I forget what that was, but that was funny.
Where he's like, he looks at him, he goes,
No.
no.
Yeah. Um, he had like made up numbers. Oh, what was it on? I bet you whoever's listening is like, it was on this. It's
Don't
yeah.
you remember when he was like, oh yeah, the 200 countries? And it's like,
What?
he's like, over 200 countries have called me so far. And it's like, Call me. You might want to take a look. Why don't you give Google a little, get a little whirl?
Yeah. So okay, so one is Trump had said gasoline, we had 1.99 a gallon today in 5 different states. Turns out that was a lie. False.
Yeah, where are we? 1999?
Of the tens of thousands of gas stations nationwide tracked by the company Gas Buddy, there was not a single station offering gas for 1.99 per gallon or less on Tuesday. Um, so the lowest that they recorded though was in Mississippi, which had 2.71, which is nearly $3, and that's pretty bad in Mississippi.
Yeah. And down the street, I think I actually saw one that was like 3.99 and I was like, "Whoa, that
Yeah.
is low."
It's about like $5, anywhere from like a high four to $5 over here. So makes sense. Okay, next one. Trump. Groceries are down. Turns out that was a lie. Grocery prices are up during this Trump presidency. Grocery prices in June were about 0.6% higher than they were in January. The month that Trump was inaugurated, and about 2.4% higher than they were in June 2024. So, according to the latest Consumer Price Index data. I thought these were going to be fun because just like as a way to like combat some of the like still people who are supporting him that like he's lying to you and us, all of us.
And the way you're saying it gives me like Big Bang Theory vibes when Sheldon's like false, like where it's like, or whatever
False.
that show is,
Yeah, I know
where
what
he's
you
like constantly he's like actually false, and da 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 da, and it like spots out the actual real fact. But I even just saw recently that like meat has been at an all-time high, and I thankfully don't eat meat, but it has been an all-time high. Was like you can't find anything for under like $9 a pound or something now,
mean. Mm,
unless you go to like I'm sure like a discount grocery
mm.
outlet or something maybe. I don't know, but I saw something it was like it's the highest it's ever been.
Everything has been super expensive. So yeah, that makes sense. It is incredibly expensive right now, as you know. So okay, so the next one is what Trump said was prices are all down. I don't think there's any price other than we have a real terrible, terrible head of the Fed. And if he brought down the interest, that's the quote. Let me reread that. Prices are all down. I don't think there's any price other than we have a real terrible, terrible head of the Fed if he brought down interest. So he's trying to blame the head of the feds. Okay, so false. Regardless of anyone's opinions of Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell and interest rate policy, U.S. prices are not all down, air quotes. In reality, prices have continued to increase during Trump's second presidency. As of June, all consumer prices were about 2.7 higher percent higher. Okay, next one. Trump. I watch the Democrats and they get on these shows. Well, prices are up. Energy is up. Gasoline is through the roof. Food and groceries are up. They lie.
But didn't he just say they're all down?
Yeah, nonsense. It's correct. Not a lie. To say overall prices, grocery prices, and food prices in general are up during this presidency. Love this. Okay, last one. Trump. Core inflation is way down below 2%. Think of that. False. Core inflation is not below 2%. The measure, which excludes a volatile food and energy prices, showed up about 2.9% in June compared to June 2024. So, just funny. Anyways, not all
Well,
of it.
he also pulls things out of his ass left and right, and then it's like, do you know anything? Do you read anything?
No, I don't think he does. No, definitely not. And like, listen, I'm not gonna pretend that like I understand the inner workings of like the Federal Reserve and how we're doing interest rates and like I get the basics, but it is not my expertise. So, but you have like he has people at his fingertips to just give him correct information.
They could literally whisper it in his ear anytime he asks.
And he is the president of the United States. He should know this stuff. I'm not. He is.
You know more than him, and also he's very busy with his golfing and going to other countries
Yeah, totally.
to open golf courses in Scotland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, so
Um, well, speaking of, I just like to give a shout out to the bagpipe player that anytime that Donald Trump was speaking, the bagpipe player would play louder. So it would like drown out over so you couldn't hear him.
I have not seen that.
Love it. I'll send you the video. Yeah, he went over there to open a golf course,
Oh,
spending the taxpayer money yet again on a trip and a golf course. And don't forget, he's trying to make one of the rooms in the White House solid gold.
gross.
Taxpayer money.
Gross.
He's canceling Medicaid and all this, but then he's putting that money towards his gold room in the White House.
That is really disturbing. This person is disturbing.
He's foul. And also the fact is he's trying so hard, like because obviously like 2026, there is the chance of obviously midterms,
Mhm.
but the Republicans know they're going to lose in 2026 is what they basically have admitted, or obviously like the inner workings, like people have heard.
Yeah.
So they're trying to already rig it. Um, in Alabama, a panel of federal judges found that Republican legislators intentionally weaken the black voting power. Texas is also planning to redraw its congressional districts. Governor Abbott announced a redistricting focused special legislative session. Georgia, Washington, all of them have also made adjustments and changes. Um, I'll include this link, but basically it goes kind of like a few states have already started the basically how they can rig the election.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, this has been going on for a really long time. You think about like school districts too. Like this is drawing a line, um, and really like cutting out certain people of color, people who have like lower income families, and making it really, really difficult to vote. And this was like my fear and I guess like frustration too with like talking to my very optimistic husband at times. Like he's like, no, like, Congress will blah blah blah, or no, the Supreme Court will blah blah blah. Or, and it's like you're not dealing with people who are playing by the rules anymore. And like the last thing that, he had said recently was like, well, we're gonna have the next election, the primaries, and like the pendulum swings, people are gonna vote on the other side. And I'm like, yeah, but what about voter fraud and and what about like really keeping like people away from the polls? It was already hard enough with like prior to Donald Trump. It is
Well, I remember the lines for the Kamala, like the actual presidential, the normal one for 2024, 3,
Mhm.
23, whatever. Um, I remember the lines and lines, just like you constantly saw just like video and photos of the lines. Like they're going to do their best to try to prevent chunks of people that would definitely sway towards the other side from voting so they could win again. And if that happens, obviously we all will know. Oh, well, there you go. Guaranteed. Y'all
Yeah.
rigged it because that's clear as day. No one is in their right mind. Like you have MAGA people turning left and right, and you really think that you're going to make us believe that, oh no, they all voted for you again? Nah, nah, dog.
Yeah. This is going to be really interesting to see how this turns out. It's so like messed up, right? Like there's no way to like get around that. It's just messed up. I don't even like what is the advice? Like is there anything that people can do to like prepare? Because voting by mail isn't available everywhere.
I vote for by mail, thankfully.
Yeah, no, seriously. Um,
Well, speaking of whatever you just said, I'm just going to say preposterous, even though that's not what you just said. So you know that you know the trending audio that's like the Jet 2 holiday. I Okay, well, click the third link from the What the Tr Fuck Trump news and then watch it because the White House, those little fuck twads over there manning the White House social media accounts, released a video with that trending audio showing all the people getting deported and getting handcuffed and all of like the ICE raids and shit.
Oh, that's £200 off for a family of four.
That that
I have not.
I am flabbergasted that they have the audacity to post that video. Such poor taste, such tacky, tacky humans. Dare I say, I think that actually Donald Trump himself is running the White House social media accounts because who the fuck is running the ship over there? They are posting some crazy nut job stuff on the White House, making it look like we're obviously already a laughing stock across America. But like,
Comment
you guys,
section is like, I feel sick watching this, and then trend officially ruined, and then you got like, left, and then you have right, which is this is hilarious. Y'all are so soft. Love seeing all the far left tears in these comments. Like
it's
it's
so gross.
so gross that people don't care about other people.
No. There's still heartless ass people out there that would gladly give up. You see those videos of those Karens. I think we need to call them something else, but like the Karens that are like, because a person is a darker skin, they're like, I'm gonna call ICE right now and have you deported. Like if they don't get their way, it's like, who the fuck do you think you are, white lady?
So it's just awful. Wow. Gross.
Such loser behavior. Anyway, um, quick question. Do
Yes.
you think Jeffrey Epstein is still alive?
Um, I mean, no, I don't, but is it possible? Sure.
Yeah. So there's a whole thing where like the missing minute, the missing minute, the missing minute.
Mm,
Well, and then of course there's like the only sucky thing is you can't really tell if something is AI or not, but there's like so many surveillance type of pictures that are showing that he's like living overseas and like there was a picture that was released of him overseas in a white shirt, literally looked like him. But again, you don't know if it's AI or not. So I don't know. I don't know, but he can be protected. Clearly, he was a man of power at some point because he had all these powerful people coming to his island. So, methinks,
This one says Thailand. Like, look who was spotted in Thailand at 3 a.m. and it's pictures of Jeffrey Epstein. Someone put because my eye account, that's like the handle name, put, of course, Thailand, underage girls abound. He needs to be captured. I had never seen a funeral. I mean, it could have been,
well, they show,
who
okay,
knows?
so don't you remember they showed the side profile and
No.
Jeffrey Epstein when he was dead. So they showed the side profile of him alive and he had like a certain nose. And then the one that was like the dead picture that they released when he was dead, a different nose completely.
Hmm.
Like you can look up Jeffrey Epstein's nose and like side view nose or something like prison nose, death picture nose. And it will come up and it'll be a side profile of what he was when he was alive and the day that he was wheeled out of the prison, different nose. So I don't know, man.
Huh? I never, I guess I really didn't even see the video. That's shameful. I'm sorry. And I will look it
It's fine.
up. And yeah, like after he was in jail, I really didn't, and then of course when he died, I was like, oh, yeah, interesting. 60
Well, my
minutes.
favorite is that thing that's like they're going around in different fashions in different ways. But there's this one that's like, um, do 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 do. Bam, bam. I'm making sounds so it doesn't sound like dead air. And shoot, it timed out. Um, so one of them was like he had made a comment about how he was like, "Oh, I didn't have the privilege of going to Epstein's Island." Did you see that video?
No, of course.
Yeah, Trump literally said it this last week, saying, "Oh, I didn't have the privilege of going to Epstein Island." That is the weirdest shit you could say. When you know damn well that
Privilege.
island was Pedo Island. Yeah.
What is happening with that island? Like, who's there now?
Oh, and apparently Jeffrey Epstein's account is still money's still being wired into it and out of it.
Hmm.
If he's dead, why is there money getting moved around inside of his account?
It just,
Why is
yeah,
it still active?
yeah, that's weird. Interesting. Very interesting. He never had kids of his own, right?
Yeah, scooch over.
Oh.
I don't think he did. I think he just was obsessed with kids in gross ways, and he didn't have kids of his own, thank God.
No. Yeah, no kidding. Well, we'll never know unless we go to Thailand and see him.
Yeah, tell me about this amusement park ride splitting in half. What?
I just put something like, low key kind of scary fun on there. We'll put the link in the description, but there is a I mean, like taps into all of my, it says amusement park, but let's be real, it's like a fair ride. It's one of the like the big claw rides that goes like swings like a pendulum. And it literally just like snaps in half and you can see people's like
Oh
bodies just like ricochet
my
off of the ground and bounce off. It is
God.
everyone's worst final destination nightmare come true. And just really solidifies that I look at carnival rides and I'm like, no, thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's on replay. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I've always been weirded out by like I've gone on a Ferris wheel before at a fair, but I've always been weirded out by the fact is like fair rides should not be able to be just packed away in a little box and just like go from place to place and like be built in different places. It should be an established, even though it's not really, we've heard of the stories of regular roller coasters at regular amusement parks. No, that was from a fair. Some fair person put it together.
Mhm. Yeah. What are their credentials? And
Bruh, you
who's
saw people fling out of that thing.
I just think about like the like right now we're having such an issue with Boeing and airplanes right now, American made airplanes. And I don't know if you know this, but so I don't know the like name of who is supposed to inspect the airplanes, but Boeing has, this is why this is all going to shit, is because Boeing has basically hired their own people to check planes, to validate like whether they are functional or not. The like the amount of like wrong that is like in that is so profound. It's awful. So you are paying these people to check your planes to make sure that they're
But they're your people
that they're
already.
your people. So the incentive to lie is massive. The like whistleblowing, like that is like scary for them. So it's just we're kind of like in this like shitty situation where it's like I don't want to fly on a Boeing airline, but like there are other countries who have bought from us, because Boeing used to be top of the line. So anyways, long story
Yeah.
short, if we can't get that together,
Well, and
things
also
that fly in the
didn't
sky.
Trump like get rid of a bunch of people anyway in like the
Yes,
flight
that
situation?
too.
So that's already screwed.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, so
my
my point was though, like I'm not getting on a carnival ride because we can't even figure out our fucking shit for airplanes. So no thanks.
no, I would never like I was actually gonna take the kids to the fair, but I even thought I was like I wouldn't even feel comfortable putting them on a fair rides, like little kid fair rides, really, because like you just really never know. So we just did. It was also super hot when we were gonna think of going, so I was like, it wouldn't even be enjoyable. So that was the start of our projector movie nights. Um, so one last thing before we jump into the good news we're sipping. I put this on last week, but then I carried it over to this week. But basically, Congress is passing a bill to allow pesticide companies to get away with being a cause of cancer. It
Oh.
would prevent people from being able to do lawsuits against their products. Um, so I included a very lengthy article, a Substack article. Um, but yeah, so over 1 billion pounds of pesticides are used annually in the US. Links to ADHD, hormone disruption, cancer, and infertility have obviously been proven just in the last few months. Evidence that children, pregnant women, and communities of color are disproportionately affected. And the failure of U.S. regulatory systems to respond to updated science is obviously on has been vetoed. Basically, like that's gone. Um, so Congress has decided to protect chemical companies selling these pesticides from being held accountable. This is on top of months of anti-food safety measures by Republicans in Washington. The pressure for agriculture lobbyists and chemical companies is the reason behind it. But it's just sickening. It's like there's clearly evidence, clearly. So highly recommend um, baking soda. Don't use Arm & Hammer. I've heard that has lead in it. Like everything is fucking gonna kill us.
Yeah.
But try to use baking powder, baking soda that's organic, like Bob's Red Mills has a baking soda that's like the same cost as I think even like maybe 50 cents more
Mhm.
than the Arm & Hammer. But using baking soda, clean all of your fruits and vegetables in baking soda and water because that can get rid of pesticides on your food. Um, Basically just being very mindful of how you shop. Like if you can't afford the organic option, clean your produce and
Yeah.
clean your stuff in baking soda and water. Like that's pretty much all we can do at this point because they're trying to kill us, everybody. It's like population control at this point. They're trying to kill everybody they can who can't afford like the higher quality like foods and ingredients and et cetera, et cetera. So just do your best to try to protect yourself and your children because America, for some reason, wants to kill everybody.
Awful.
And
Totally
they don't want
awful.
the companies to be held accountable, is what
Yeah.
they basically just proved.
Yeah, because they have deep pockets. Yay.
Sickening, sickening. They don't care about humans at all. It's so gross. So fucking gross.
Consumers,
Anywho,
yes.
ugh, ugh. All right, let's go to the good news for sipping because
You need
that's
it.
a downer. Well, one thing is I'm gonna include a video. You can't really describe it very well, because you have to watch it. It's super cute. But a father helps his daughter in a talent show, and it's the most adorable thing you'll ever see. They redid the scene in White Chicks. And the dad was so into it, but it was just like moments like that. And of course, there's like Debbie Downers in the comments, like the dad is taking away attention from his daughter. It's like she wanted him to be there. She
Yeah.
wanted to not have to do it alone. And it's so adorable. It's just like I think like that in itself, like when you see videos of like dads dressing up as Elsa because their daughter
Mhm.
wanted to be like Anna or vice versa, like just that, like dad shouldn't care about like what someone else is gonna think because oh, you're wearing a wig and letting your kid put nail polishing it. Like I've said it before, I've let freaking Wyatt, like he always comes up when I'm painting my nails and I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, well, you're a boy, you can't have your nails painted. I'm never gonna be that mom. I'll literally be like, you want your nails painted? Okay, here you go.
Totally. Yeah. That's I've sadly read
Ridiculous.
some comments in the mom group that I follow for twins, and because it's like twins all over
Oh
the
yeah, you
US,
said
you
that.
get, did I mention this? And like someone was like really like asking, I mean, I think they were like genuinely asking like what should I do because their son wanted to wear a dress or whatever. And but like the comment section was so just like you had people who were like us who were like, it's not that big of a
It's just a
deal.
dress.
Let
Yeah.
them. Yeah, they're a kid. Doesn't mean that they're gonna be any which way or what.
Well, and
Or
they also don't know the difference between like this is a boy thing, this is a girl thing. They don't
no,
care.
I don't care.
Forrest, by the way, Forrest's new favorite show is that he calls it the Pink Show,
Mhm.
and it's that new like Sanrio cartoon that's on Netflix that just came out. It's like an anime, but it's like all the Sanrio characters.
Oh yeah, that looks cute. It
It
does.
is super cute. I've actually watched a couple episodes with him, and
Oh,
it's so cute. And he just calls it the Pink Show, and it's
yeah.
you can clearly tell it's geared more towards girls. But again, he loved Gabby's Dollhouse. Both of the
We
boys
love
did.
Gabby's dollhouse. I think it's
Loved it.
so cute. Yeah, I adore
Are you
it.
kidding? We have
I
a
want to be
cakey cat.
Gabby.
No, we have a cakey cat Christmas ornament. Every year we put up cakey cat.
Cute.
Ugh, it's just like kids don't know the difference between boy and girl stuff. And also you shouldn't be infiltrating their brain that young to
No,
have to think that way.
just like it's gonna be okay. Like
Chill out.
I think kids too, like you cannot. really like push them towards too much. Like they get like my kids, I did not push them towards cars, but then when they picked up a car, it was over,
Nope,
done.
they're never going back.
It's not going back. Like, I have no doubt that, like, whatever they choose to be later is what they were meant to be. And my influence to let them have a pink platypus or watch Gabby's dollhouse is not going to influence them any which way or another. And I don't care. It's like, love your
No.
kids for who they are.
And also let them love the things they want to love.
hmm Yeah, they might
And if
teach you
it's
some things. They should teach you some things.
and if it is a Gabby's dollhouse or if it is a pink Hot Wheels car, who cares?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Um, and another thing about women are just better. Um, the world's richest woman just opened up a medical school with free tuition. Alice Walton, Walmart heiress, the world's richest woman, just opened up a medical school with a mission: prevent disease before it starts.
Hmm.
It's the future of medicine just got a new surprising address in Bentonville, Arkansas. So she opened up the Alice L. Walton School of Medicine, or known as Awesome, AWSOM, is flipping traditional med school on its head. 50 plus hours of nutrition and culinary classes, courses on empathy, observation, sketching at an art museum, focus on mental health, behavior, community wellness, teaching gardens and a rooftop park, and full tuition is covered for the first 5 graduating classes.
That's so cool. I want to
So,
go.
oh my God, I know. So it's not like all forever. It's not going to be free forever, but it says the first 5 graduating classes their full tuition will be paid.
Heck yeah.
Um, it's about creating a model that any school could follow, one where doctors treat people, not just the symptoms.
hmm We love
Preach that,
that.
girl. And I
Yeah.
love this. This is literally just why don't all people who have the funds and the ability to do this, why don't they all follow suit? Like Jeff Bezos is all worried about freaking buying Vogue for his wife, but his wife, or his ex-wife, is the one that's like silently donating left and right, basically all of her fortune she got from the being
Oh,
married to him.
wow. I did not know that. That is
Did you
very
not?
cool.
So
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, ex-wife charities. So she has donated more than $19 billion to more
What?
than 2,400 nonprofit organizations since 2019. And she does it in silence. She doesn't announce it. It's just like people will release, like, oh, Mackenzie Scott. And then that's how people find out. She has silently donated $19 billion of her money since
That's
2019. 6 years.
cool.
She's gotten rid of $19 billion to go to 2,400, 2,450 to be exact, nonprofit organizations.
Mackenzie Scott, you're going to heaven.
They're going to name heaven after you, Mackenzie
Yeah,
Scott.
that's amazing. Good job.
No, so like again, it's like this amazing, the richest woman in the world, freaking Walmart heiress. She's doing great. Mackenzie Scott doing phenomenal things. But then
She
we all
still
have all these fucking idiots in the office and left and right being losers and just being like, oh, is my plane bigger than his? It better be.
she still has $32.2 billion. Dollars.
Yeah, because when he started out of the garage, she was married to him. They didn't think about a
Oh,
prenup because they didn't know how far it was going to go. So she got half of it all.
get it, girl.
I'm just saying, like, she was smart also, just to be like, I stayed with him for love and he cheated on me with his new wife. So,
Oh, is that who? Okay.
yeah, his new wife, the Lauren Sanchez, is his mistress.
Cool.
Gotta love it. Speaking of, that
Mhm.
goes into what we watched.
Oh,
Dun
okay.
dun dun. Because I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna
Yep.
have to give away the ending
Mhm.
of The Hunting Wives. So if you don't want to hear about it, I'll tell you
Yeah,
when to
please
turn your
do. I
volume
tried to
down.
watch it today and I was like, it was another one like, do I want to watch this
Okay.
more?
I feel like so it starts off very Hallmark movie, Lifetime-esque,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I want to say second or third episode, once you're done with it, you're like, this is fantastic. So the Hunting Wives, speaking of mistresses, so I watched it in a day and a half. It was so
Oh,
divine.
damn.
I know. Well, it's 8 episodes, but it was so good. So the wig, we just have to ignore the wig because Margot's wig, the main girl, she's Swedish, Malin Aikman, Malin. She's super, super pretty. She's been in a shit ton of things. She was in that Ben Stiller movie.
Yes.
She was
Like,
in
she's really
Watchmen,
funny. Wait, no, that is where
The
she's
Heartbreak Kid, The
when
Heartbreak Kid.
she, oh, I'm trying to think of what movie. Keep talking. I gotta think about like what movie where she's like such an asshole girlfriend or wife or something, and she's like,
The Heartbreak Kid.
is that it? Okay.
That's with Ben Stiller.
Oh yes.
Okay. I was
Anyway.
gonna say do some Googling first because yeah, she was like super sweet in the beginning and then like turns into an asshole wife. Yeah. So and then she pees on him. Remember when she gets done with the jellyfish and she has like a huge bush. Anyway. So she's in The Hunting Wives. She plays Margot. She plays like the guy who's gonna run for governor. Oh my God, what's his name? He was so hot. He was in he was a heartbreaker. He was in my best friend's wedding.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Dermot McKenney? Dermot McKenney, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up the cast because I feel like I'm gonna say some stuff. Well, Brittany Snow, she comes into town and she's like a city girl. So she comes in here and they're all like Republican wives. Like they don't work. What are you talking about? We're just like for show. Like, like, they have like thick accents. Well, there is everything you could ever want from a show. That's all I gotta say. Actually, I'm gonna say a little bit more. So there is they're all married to men, but there is a lot of lesbian stuff going on. There's a lot of scissoring. There's a lot of like the women are sleeping with teenagers that are in high school. There's freaking the teenagers. Someone dies in the first episode, or I think the third episode, and it's all like a who done it. It turns into a who done it, and then there's like a religious background where like the uh I'm not religious. So what's that kid? Youth pastor? Yeah, youth pastor. So the youth pastor is sketchy as hell. And then like there is just so many different things. Like who killed who? There's crack. There's freaking trailer park situation. There's a backstory of like where you find out how Margot got to where she was. Ugh, it has it all. It has it all. It is so entertaining. You need to watch it. Like, I'm not going to actually give away the ending because they definitely left it off where it's like there is potential of a second season.
hmm
I would
Okay.
highly recommend getting a little tipsy, drink, and like watching it. And it's entertaining. Like I said, there's just like everything you can ever ask for in a show. It's phenomenal. It's not award-winning in the slightest, but it's phenomenal.
Just yeah, entertainment. I'm looking at the cast too. Like I said, I saw a little
I
bit of
love Brittany Snow.
Brittany's, yeah. But I was looking at her name's Katie Lowe's. Her name's Jill in the show. And I'm like, she looks
Yeah.
so familiar. And I'm looking at like what she's done, and I'm like, I don't
Oh,
any of this.
there's also pegging. Like you just like don't know what's coming out in every little which way.
It looks like a good cast. Like honestly, like these are a lot of like
Katie
people.
Lowe's was in Katie Lowe's was in that presidential show,
Scandal.
Scandal. Oh my God, it was such a good
Sorry,
show.
I was mid gone, guys.
God damn it, it's already gonna start.
Guys, it's gonna start. Uh,
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill
I
you.
don't know what you can
Wake
do.
up.
No, my body says no.
Okay,
Um,
well, let me get into a couple more. So I'll try to rapid fire these because Echo Valley, I also watched Echo Valley on Apple TV Plus. It's a movie with Julianne Moore and Sydney Sweeney.
mhm.
Well, man, Sydney Sweeney is just taking any type of sponsorship and ad she can possibly get her hand on. I don't know what that girl is trying to do right now, but she is doing everything. Because did you see that ad with the jeans?
I saw the guy that you like who does the with the lips, who
It's
does
pretty
all the
much he pretty
impersonations.
much did it. He pretty much
So I
like
saw his version.
she's
Oh,
doing the same thing, literally like laying back, zipping up her pants, be like, "Oh, hey there. I'm in my jeans." And I just went, "They're blue. Do you like blue jeans?"
That's embarrassing.
I like blue jeans. Like she's like, what is this entire ad? Like, what is happening? So anyway, so Echo Valley is a movie and maybe like hour 40 tops. I didn't know where it was going. I never really watched a preview for it, but Sydney Sweeney plays a junkie
Mhm.
and Julianne Moore is her mom. And there is a murder, a cover-up, uh horses and barn fire, and a twist at the end you didn't see coming. It's good. Highly
Okay.
recommend. It's on Apple TV Plus, but it's Echo Valley. It's a movie, so it's not a TV show you have to get through. It's literally a movie.
Mhm.
Easy peasy watch. It's a lot, but it's good.
Okay, I think that there's a theme, and it might have been all on the same day this week, and maybe my brain was just like completely checked out. But I also tried to watch this. So I tried to
Echo
watch it
Valley.
in the same city, yeah, as like the boys were napping. I put this on, and then and I was like, I
Oh
don't want to
no,
watch this. Then I
this
put
is at night. This is like
nighttime.
nighttime. You watch it and then you go to bed kind of thing. This is not in middle of the day. Your kids are going to wake up any minute kind of movie.
Yeah, that's what I figured, and that's why I switched. And then I tried some other shows, and I was like, man, I couldn't figure it out. I ended up just turning off the TV. I was like, I think I
I
need.
hate those moods though, where you're like, what am I going to put on?
Yeah, but I just was like funky. The whole week I've been funky. I've
Go
even
to
just
sleep at
talking right
7.
now, I can hear my inner voice telling me how stupid I sound. So I'm gonna shut up.
Go to sleep at 7 o'clock one night and wake up at 5:30 like I did. Refreshment is what
Yeah,
you feel.
yeah.
Try that tomorrow. Oh, actually, no, you're busy tomorrow. Try that the next day. You're like, no, I'm busy for the next 3 weeks. Well, that sucks.
I'll be out late tomorrow night. Woohoo. Yeah.
Woohoo, hee haw. We'll hear all about it next week. And then I rewatched Center Stage. It's free on YouTube. Um, I'm trying to give like one throwback video movie a
Um,
week kind of goal for any of the free ones that are on YouTube. And Stage is so good. My boys were watching the end of it. They loved the dancing part. So now I'm like, I kind of want to take them to see Nutcracker now because they were like into it.
mhm,
Because
should.
even Wyatt would like when they would do the jump, Wyatt would go, "Whoa!" Like
Yeah, cute.
so. Definitely Center Stage holds up. It's really good still. I did start Gilded Age, but I was also like the boys were biking outside, so I was like kind of coming and going. I think I need to like rewind because I got through 3 episodes and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. So I need to actually sit down and watch it. So TBD, we'll throw back on that because yeah, didn't really pay attention fully like I need to.
It's a late
And
night.
then
Boys are in bed, kind of.
okay, I'll do that instead because yeah, I kept having to like get up and go like fix the helmet or go like it was just not working during the day. And then I switched it off and turned something else on because I was like, okay, 3 episodes in, I have no idea what's happening. So I need to stop this. And just like that, the hate watch might have stopped because spoiler alert, she broke up with Aiden,
Hmm.
and now it feels like the show is actually back to normal. Leave it to a man to make shit worse because we all thought Aiden was going to be this breath of fresh air coming into her life, like this is who we were rooting for, blah, blah, blah. This whole last first part of the season, awful,
Yeah.
awful. Like I said, I dare I say it was like horrendous, like horrible. This last episode that just happened tonight, it got released and I watched it because since we're on West Coast, it got released at 6.
Mhm.
Watched it. It was so good.
Hmm.
So I think Aiden needs to stay away and hopefully he does not come back. And then before we shift over to, do you want to go through your list and then we'll talk about Buccaneers last?
Sure.
Oh, wait, Summer I Turned Pretty, episode 3. Are you gonna watch it?
No, go for it.
Can
Just
I talk it? Okay, so basically the last 3 episodes, Belly and Jeremiah are now in this, because like it's always like Team Jeremiah, Team Conrad. Um, they're starting off strong in episode 1, Team Jeremiah.
Mhm.
Then she hears a girl in while she's in a bathroom at a party talk about how she hooked up with Jeremiah in Cabo. And it was like an homage to like Laguna Beach when it was like, what happens in Cabo stays in Cabo. It's literally what she said on the other side of the door. And she opens the door and she's like, because she heard him say like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. She's like, well, it was only that like a couple times. And then she opens the door and it's like, you just said that in front of his girlfriend. So then they break up, get back together at the end of episode one because her brother has a car accident and almost dies. And they get
Oh.
back together and he proposes at the hospital. And she says yes. So now they're in delusional land thinking like they're 20 years old. She's not even 21 at this point. 20 years old, gonna get married.
Hmm.
And episode three happened this week and she just turned 21. And her mom is not having it. She's not for the wedding. She's like, you're too young. You guys are way too young.
Mhm.
What are you thinking? Blah, 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 blah. So it was a lot of like, well, how are we going to do this without our moms? Because their mom died in the first season because of cancer. And so the boy's mom died, Jeremiah and Conrad's mom. And then her mom doesn't want to have anything to do with the wedding because she cannot stand to support it. So it's basically like that kind of thing of like, well, how are we going to do this? So it seems like she said, okay, well, I can't just like, I'm going to be leaving for Paris. Again, a playback to the hills now at this point. And she doesn't want to be the girl that doesn't go to Paris. Um, but she, I think, agreed to the fact like, and he also was like fine on board with it of like waiting until she's back from Paris for them to get married. So it's like the marriage is now postponed a little. But then in the end of this episode, you get a very long, full hug with Conrad, who baked her favorite cookies for her birthday. And then he just says, what have I done? Because like I think he was like trying to keep her at a distance, thinking like, I'm over it, I'm over it. We don't need to be together. She chose my brother over me because they were together too. She lost her virginity to Conrad, the brother, and now she's with Jeremiah, the other brother.
Guys, I have
And
no idea who she's talking about.
that's fine, cool. I'm glad. So I'm team Conrad. I'm team brooding fella. Jeremiah's too happy for me. He's just too much like, huh, so everything will work out. Ugh. Like too much like that. Can't handle it. Um, but apparently this next episode is all from Team Conrad, all from Conrad's perspective. So we finally get like the inner workings of what's going on in his head.
Mhm.
It's good though. It's this last, like I said, it's the last season. So we'll find out who she chooses because in the preview it does show her walking down the aisle, but it doesn't show who she's walking towards.
That would be weird if she gets married and I don't even know her.
Well, she's also 21. That's so
Oh,
young.
yeah, I hope she doesn't get married to anyone.
Anyway, your
Okay.
turn.
So I watched just some of the ones that I've been watching. I finished Ginny in Georgia. Um Obviously this is not a spoiler now because it's been so long, guys, but spoiler alert,
Shots.
Georgia is pregnant at the end, which I had a feeling they were gonna do that, but now the question is whose baby is it? Is it Joe's or is it
I
her?
zombies.
Yeah, is it Joe, the guy who owns the restaurant, or is it her soon-to-be ex-husband?
I hope it's Joe. Joe's so hot.
Yeah, yeah, I do too, but also just a weird start. So, anyways, I loved it though. I thought it was a good show. I thought that's the perfect it's not rocket science. It's easy breezy, lemon squeezy, but also has a lot of drama.
There
This
was that tough scene as a boy mom. I feel like you got that where it was like that tough scene where the girl and boy twin
Yeah.
friends, the friends of hers, the girl and boy twins, the neighbors. The one, I love the girl, and I love that episode when they go through her like ADHD brain,
Yes,
like her
yeah.
perspective. Loved that episode. And
And her
then, but I
voice.
felt so bad when her brother was having that moment where he breaks down. He's like, "What's wrong with me?" And he's like crying to his mom.
Yeah, and his dad.
Oh my God. I started crying just because like you again like kind of put your kids in like the shoes of certain things that you see. So I was just crying because I was like, this is so sad. Like all he wants to do is feel like he's normal and he doesn't feel normal.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
feels like something's wrong with him. And the mom is so stupid. It very much reminded me of someone from my past where the mom was like, he doesn't need therapy. He's fine. He's
Yeah.
fine. He'll work it through. It's like I wanted to shake her through the like TV and be like, girl, get your son in therapy. That period. The
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. And thankfully she comes around to that and she does it. I think she just was in pure denial. I also really loved, the last thing I'll say about it is like I loved Ginny's poem on it. It was like just such a great poem on depression.
Yeah.
Like just what a beautiful poem. Um, The other thing that we're watching that we're almost done with, and I mentioned it last week, and it's kind of one of those ones that I like hadn't talked about before, but it's Delicious in Dungeon. It is wonderful. So if you are on the fence about watching it, watch it, watch it, watch it if you're listening. It's just like an easy one. There's such like short episodes. Put it on right before you go to bed. It's like kind of just like fun, feel good. And then I'm getting through Curb. I think I'm at the last season of this series. And it just gets funnier and funnier. So what I will say is I have like a real life moment, Curb Your Enthusiasm, like where something happens, it reminds you of like something that happened in the show because it's all very I feel like the great thing about Larry David is that he picks scenarios that are real. So this one
Mhm.
was like he's on this date and he doesn't like this person at all. He's just like dating her to get something else. So, but she orders bruschetta and he's like, "Oh no, you don't want to order that." And she's like, "What? Of course not. I'm gonna order it." And so she orders it but like as she orders it, she's like, "Why don't I want to order that?" And he's like, because like the crostini is hard. You're gonna take one bite and the whole thing's gonna fall apart.
He's not wrong.
It's not wrong, right? And she like
Mm.
ends up having like it's just a mess. So, anyways, this week I went out to dinner with some colleagues and like I didn't realize that we ordered like something with like hard crostini and like it had crab on it, but like you take one bite and it's just like all just a mess. But anyways, I love Curb. Please watch it if you've never seen it. It's amazing. And I guess that was it. And yeah, and then
Let's
Buccaneers, of course.
Now
And
let's talk about Buccaneers because
yeah.
there was a couple things that remember I asked at the end, and I was like, "Did she do this? Did they go back to this?" And they finally tied those up with a bow. So you were right. Leighton Meester comes back. No, reprises no. They had the whole courtroom situation. Thank God, Mrs. St. George was granted her divorce.
Mhm.
Hallelujah. But I just love that Nell took the stand and so did Nan. So there was no like trying to hide the fact that Nan was a product of cheating or scandal, however they word it, I forget. But like there was no doubt. Like this was, they actually were very much like, they weren't alluding to it. They were very much like, nope, this is what happened. This is who it happened with. The end. Have a good day, sir. Because like the lawyer being a dick was like, oh, is this even your dad? Are you sure? And like trying to say like, oh, for her entire life that this is actually not her dad. And then the dad just sitting there like little
Oh, that
chump,
was so shitty. I know. Yeah.
little
Very
chump.
shitty.
Oh yeah. I'm so glad that they're all like joined forces and got the divorce for Mrs. St. George. That was so deserved.
Yeah.
So deserved.
Would you think
So
oh, go ahead.
one thing though, okay, actually go to that because this thing happened at the end. Go.
I was gonna ask, like, how did you feel about Conchita and Lizzie? Is it Lizzie? Her sister? Like, that kind of Ginny. Ginny and Conchita like kind of coming together. Well, not coming together at first. Conchita had like a full on like
She was going through the grief. You could
Mhm.
tell. Like, you know how they have like the seven, is it seven or eight stages of grief or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
She was in anger. She was definitely in anger. And denial
But
sprinkled
it
in
came back.
there. And
Yeah.
I think she was well deserved. Like she just lost her
Totally.
husband. She lost
Mhm.
her new fresh baby's father. Like she deserved to have her little like uh kindly go fuck off moment.
Mhm.
Um I think it was lovely that they came together because I think they do need to lean on each other because I do feel like at some point the fact that Lord James Dickwad is going to eventually come back into play, that
Mhm.
Ginny's going to need the support.
Hopefully not, because he's behind bars. But yeah, I bet they're gonna show him again. I'm sure, right? Like they're gonna do something with that
Well, he's
character.
a lord. That's the only thing I have to worry about is like we've all seen if you have power, then you can kind of get away with things. So who knows?
Hey, um, what about Mabel and Honoria?
Okay, I love that scene when they like kind of Honoria in front of her mom was just like, you know what? Kind of go fuck yourself. And she just kissed Mabel. And then, but then she's still gonna go to Paris and she's still gonna, everyone's going to Paris. And she's just gonna go to Paris and she's gonna do her thing. And I think that it was just so beautiful because like, did you see Lizzie was jumping up and down in the side?
That
And
was
she was
cute.
all like, hell yeah. Like she was like so excited about it because like is her little sister. But I loved it. I think that it was like good little kind of if
Yeah,
Honoria's gone already by next episode, I wouldn't really be surprised because they kind of like made it very seamless. She's gonna go.
yeah,
She's going away.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then before we get to Guy and Nan, let's talk about Lizzie and Theo and that scene with like his mom and like him holding her hand too at the end was so sweet. But also when he said, no, she's like, the mom goes, Hector's Lizzie, and he goes, no, my Lizzie. I thought that was really sweet. And also sad.
It is sad, but I also think like, okay, so we finally get some retribution for Nan finding the red earring or
Oh
whatever on
yeah.
the stair. And then she finally sees the missing one on the thing. And then she goes, hey, whose is this? And she's like, oh, it's Lizzie's. And she finally, the connection is made as to like, oh my God, I found this at Theo's.
Mhm.
Lizzie is my friend, but y'all are banging. So I I mean, we said it last week. We don't know if she's going to have this very dramatic emotions about it and like drive this on for however long, or if it's going to be more of like a let's kind of have a battle royale situation, but then get over it. So I'm
Mhm.
kind of hoping it's the second because I do think Lizzie and Theo need to be together. And now this will lead into it. I'm so bummed because freaking his wife came back. And so that's something I forgot to bring up on the last when we were recapping everything
Oh
is I
yeah.
completely forgot that they showed the hand with the ring. I forgot to bring that up on the last one. So when she walked in and she was at the bottom of the stairs and she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm Guy's wife." I was like, "Fuck." Guy and Nan were just about to be like riding off into the sunset together. And you had to come into town.
So they got drunk and got married.
Blacked out.
Like, and I don't think that back then they had annulments yet, is my guess. Because does he know that he's married? I don't even know if he knows he's married.
Well, okay, so actually going back to that, did we see his facial expression when she said, "This is my wife"?
I don't
Or no, because
remember.
she's like, "I'm his wife." Like, he didn't look over at her. So I was like, does he know?
No. Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be, yeah. So that's juicy. Also, I felt like I had watched some like funny TikTok about like how much Nan had pissed off this like TikToker about like how she was so mean to Guy when she goes back to Italy or when she goes to Italy and like how she's like you guys are living my life and blah blah blah. And so it feels like this is like such um it's such a like, what a shitty thing. Like you're the husband that you didn't want is now moving on. The guy that you did want, that you were kind of like, not taken advantage of, basically, has now moved on and married. Well, he hasn't moved on, but like he's married. So it's just kind of, she is screwed. Yeah. So this is gonna be
Um,
so good though. I can't wait to like for next week. I love this show. Like every single week
uh,
it ends and I'm like, give me more. I
okay,
need
that's the thing is Gilded Age could never because what's funny is I saw something that someone posted was like, I'm trying to get into Gilded Age. Like, is this not like where it's salacious or anything like that? Am I going to see anything? And someone responded with, not even a titty. And I was like, okay, so it's definitely not like scandalous and like, ooh, like
No, it's
they
different.
don't show anything on Buccaneers, but like it's still it's like there's like that raunchiness and like the fact that it's
They
very
show, yeah, they didn't show. Did they show titties on Buccaneers? I'm pretty sure I've seen them or not, or I've seen
think
like I
so.
mean,
I think they've
with
like hinted at it, like a side boob or something.
Lizzie and Theo, like that sex scene was pretty like I was like, oh, I shouldn't, should I watch this? I'd like
Oh,
overtly.
well then, girl, you better hang on. You better hang on for dear life when you watch freaking Hunting Wives because they show titties, they show butts, they show everything except vagina.
No, it's fine. I
They
can.
show dick. You see penis, you see full frontal dick.
There's been so much of
Schlonging,
that
schlonging around.
lately in a lot of different shows, and I'm like, I'm okay. I don't need
I
to see
don't need to see a schlonging around,
prosthetic or
waving around,
real.
waving around in the air like you just don't care. Like, I don't need to see it right now. It's so unnecessary. Like, even the scene that happens in Hunting Wives, I'm like, that was unnecessary. Okay, so it's next week. Well,
Mhm.
wait, this week or next week?
And next week,
Buccaneer?
Wednesdays.
August. Yeah, okay, so it's an it says, wait. Oh, I went too forward. I clicked too many clicks. Hold on.
Are you
Season
talking
two.
about
I
the
just
date? August 6th?
So it says coming this Wednesday, so August 6th it comes out and it says season finale. I can't believe we're
Mm,
already at the season finale. I just feel like I just started watching the
I
show.
know you
Um,
kind of did.
I did. It says the end of season Tintagel Ball sets off an explosive chain of
Intentional.
revelations and betrayals, and Nan's life will never be the same.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm happy
Ah,
to say that
crap.
next week we'll record on Friday unless you have something that you're doing on
No,
Friday.
I feel like I just need to come up with something.
You should. You totally should.
No, I think for the first time, what, in like a month, we'll record on, or even more than a month, we'll record on actual Friday again.
Yeah. It got summer crazy. July, I knew was going to be crazy.
I know
So,
the boy's birthday, 4th of July,
nonstop.
all the things left and right. Yeah. Well, I'm
Okay.
excited for next week's finale. Anyway. All right. Well, you need to watch The Hunting Wives and see some schling and schlagen and some boobies. And then I'll definitely give the Gilded Age a go when the boys are asleep and they're not bike riding outside. But yes, as always, if you listen this far, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things, give us some shout outs, support where you can. And until next week, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.